story as it sounds. However, no one will be interrupted, no commentary on what people are saying, and no direct talking about what someone has said. So what's going to happen is I will tell a story, and then we'll go around and bounce off of each other. Now, if everyone can think of just a random story, it could be a moment in your life, just a story you've heard, try and keep it brief, no longer than 5 minutes, otherwise this will take forever. Okay, so, I've always had this weird feeling of not knowing if my memories are real. So it's a matter of I can no longer tell with a lot of my childhood memories if I can remember them or if I've been told them so often and seen pictures so often that I believe that I remember it. So I've been told this story constantly of how we went to Blue Water and opposite Clinton's Cards was the Disney shop, and I must have been about 4 or 5 at the time, and apparently I spotted the Disney shop, I got ready in a running position and ran full speed through a giant crowd of people just to get to the Disney shop, but my mum was not worried at all because she knew there's no way I would leave the Disney shop. So she just kind of let me go, paid for the things at Clinton's, and then slowly walked over. But I can honestly tell you right now, I don't know if I remember it or if I've just been told it that many times that I think I can see it, but I can't.
So when I was in year 8, we had this thing called peer monitoring, and basically a kid from a lower year would come in and give out the registers. But you would have to address the teacher by their actual name, so like Mr. Moore, for example. So the year 7 didn't know the teacher's name and asked me for it, and I went, his name is Mr. Greyhair, and obviously it wasn't. And he went up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, and went, "Excuse me, Mr. Greyhair." In a split second, my teacher turned round, almost hit him in the face, and just sent him out to detention.
I sometimes wonder if I dream in colour or if I dream in black and white. And I've been trying to work it out for quite a long time because I just can't work, you know, sometimes you just wake up and you've forgotten your dream, or it's not quite how you remember it. And I've had a couple of dreams where they've been, they stick out for multiple reasons. And they're recurring dreams, so that's another interesting factor about it. But I actually realised that yesterday night I could dream in colour. And that was quite an interesting question to answer.
So I have a sort of confusing sort of reality of finding it difficult to separate things that I have dreamt, things that I have remembered, and things that I have been told. So sometimes I will dream something, and my dreams are rather realistic. Sometimes I can work out whilst I'm dreaming that they are in fact dreams. That's not as fun as it sounds. Don't do that. But that's usually if I fall asleep and there is some sort of background noise that I know is happening. So if I fall asleep with music on and I can hear said music in my dream, then I can quickly work out that I am dreaming. Or if I hear one of my housemates' voices or see someone on the stairs in the middle of a dream, then I know it is in fact a dream. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes I fall asleep with such clarity and I dream and then wake up, but then at some point cannot distinguish whether it was a dream or whether it was actually happening. Similarly to if someone told me something happened, I can't remember whether I remember or whether I was told and therefore have pieced it together, because all of that seems like, because it's hazy, it all seems almost like a dreamlike state irregardless. So most recently, I guess, it happened when I was pretty sure Tracy told me her birthday was the 8th of December. And I remember putting it in my phone. I then decided to debate Josie whether her birthday was the 8th of December or in fact the 10th of January. Unsurprisingly, she won because she knows when she was born. But the way we figured it out was because in what must have been a dream, I put it on my phone in the calendar because knowing my memory isn't what it used to be. I thought this is an important date. And on the way to Asda, I checked my phone and I was like, well, you must be right that your birthday is on the 10th of January because it's not in my phone. But yeah, so similarly that happens with things that happened a little while ago and people have told me that they told me something or told me that something happened. And my brain struggles to distinguish what was in fact dreamt, happened, or was told.
I feel like I used to dream quite vividly when I was a kid. I had like scary dreams as a kid too. I had one dream when I was in like a metal labyrinth and like robots were coming to get me, and in the dream my entire family had been killed. I was like 4 when I dreamed this, by the way. And like then I like woke up and I was like, oh, well they're not dead, killed. I had another dream where like in my house there were shadow people like invading my house, and the dream ended as the shadow person reached under my bed and like pulled me out. And I woke up and I was like, oh, the shadow people aren't in my house, that's cool. That I didn't dream for ages, and then these days I get those real like pointed dreams where it's like there must be some kind of meaning to this. I remember last year I had one which I remember because it was so like simple and so like symbolic that I was like, this means something. I looked up and it had some meaning. So I was just like sitting on a concrete bench, and then there were like flowers there, and that was the dream. I just sat on a bench and there were flowers next to me and it was in a void, and I was like, that's got to mean something. I also had one recently where like it was just like a dinner party, and then I went to the bathroom, and then I had like weird growths all over my chest, and I just pulled them off and went, as I pulled them off, and I pulled them all off and just put my shirt back on, and then I woke up. And that's what my dreams are nowadays, where it's stuff where it's like not really, my mind, my dreams have moved beyond linear storytelling, and now it's just post-traumatic, like a theatrical moment. So it's just like literally that happens, and I wake up and I'm like, huh, that probably meant something. And then sometimes I'll look them up, like apparently if you're pulling something out of you or off your body, that subconsciously means that like you want to change something about yourself, which is like, oh, okay, guys, come on, let's not get depressed. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to say. My dreams are like really weird.
When I was in primary school, I used to think I was like this cool tomboy, and I liked to stand up to like mean boys. So like my sister was in year 6 and I think I was like year 4, and there was this boy that was always really mean to her. So I stormed up to him and pushed him in the mud and was like, leave my sister alone. And then he just pushed me in the mud, so I got bloody. And another time, this mean boy in my year who I kind of had a crush on but also I really hated, he like stole her strawberry pot. So I chased him around the playground and he stopped and then gave me the pot and then headbutted me. And then he continued to headbutt me throughout the year. There was another time I was in class and he was being mean to my mates, so I was like, leave them alone. And he headbutted me and I fell to the floor. And then he ended up being put on this like warning chart because he kept headbutting me so much. And now he's like one of those guys that really loves cars. So that makes sense. So yeah, there you go.
Amy always says that I'm quite stubborn, right? Okay. The other day I was thinking about how I've been like stubborn forever, and it's always backfired. For example, like the first time I can remember being like stubborn to a fault was when I went on like a play date when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9, no, actually it was younger than that. I was like 7 or 8 years old, and we went round this girl's house and she had these big, like massive monkey bars. And I was not an athletic child, okay? I was dramatic and theatrical and sing-songy, but I was not athletic. And then my mum told me very pointedly, do not go on those monkey bars, you will fall. And I said, no, I'll be fine, of course I won't go on the monkey bars. And then I went on the monkey bars. And as foretold, I fell off the monkey bars and I sprained my wrist. And then, no, actually it wasn't sprained, it was fractured. And then the following year, something similar happened where someone told me not to stand on a chair, and I stood on a chair, and then I fell off, and I broke the same wrist.